What's up? What's happening? Hey, Alexis, new hair. Who it is?
New hair, who this?
What's
Yes.
happening? Happy Friday. Okay, I'm liking the winter Chelsea get up. You look rather Cole Palmer. You look very
Wait.
cold.
Yeah, with the little
A little turtleneck in the sleeve. All you got to do is roll them over your thumbs, and we cold. We cold out here.
Wait, I love the thumb. I love the thumb holders.
The little thing. I used to really love them, and then recently I have a video on this. I was playing, and you know how it kind of tugs at your thumb a little bit?
Yeah.
It was tight one day. It was cold, and somebody juked me, and I fell, and I caught myself on my thumb. And it's probably not because of the holder, but for some reason my thumb just went backwards, and I was it was just weird. And anyway, ever since then I ain't doing thumb holders.
Sometimes they are tight. There's some that I have that have it, and I'm I'm not gonna have the thumb.
This don't feel right? Yeah. What's up? Hold on. Let me say what's up to some of the folks here. Reese James Hater, he got clipped. You got clipped in our latest clip, so he's back to talk his hate. The boy Charters, hopefully he's still in the building. What's up, Charters? Good to see you. For those who tap into my live stream watch parties, I'm sorry I haven't done one in a while, but we are back, Alexis. The Prim is back this week. We're going to be doing watch parties this weekend, so check this channel and look out for that. But today, right now, we on Starter Bench, baby. It is Starter Bench. It's the Chelsea-themed, the best interactive Chelsea-themed live stream on Earth. It's your boy, Matt Marshall. It's Alexis. We out here. What is going on today, Alexis? What are we talking about? What are we doing? How are you? All the things.
I am good now that we don't have any more international break this year. That is such good news.
Man, let me tell you. I'm with you.
I'm ready to get back. Saturdays and Sundays are for watching the Premier League. So that's what the weekend is cut out for.
100%. We don't need any of this other stuff. Again, I'm excited. It's World Cup year next year. There's been some turn of events. We also, we're going to talk about it, but we also got to see our golden boy still golden out there playing for Brazil. So there was a lot to, to be entertained by, but it ain't nothing like getting back to the Prem and getting back to things we really care about to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Important.
So let's get into it today. Chat. This is what we're going to be talking about.
Chat. Listen up, chat.
Listen up, chat. This is what we're talking about. Okay. Can João Pedro return to Club World Cup form? Huge question.
Huge.
Also want to inform you guys a little bit about a potential Premier League salary cap and why this matters.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the vote was today. So more to come on that. I'm interested in here. Alexa's got the research. She got the stats. All right, that's going to be interesting. Yeah.
And then lastly, we're going to touch on Barcelona versus Chelsea. Who's going to be the favorite?
Yes. Again, we got Burnley this weekend, tomorrow early at 4:30. Not too worried about that. Just hoping that will be a prep-up game for Barcelona next week. And then Barca, are we excited? Is this going to be intense? All of that stuff. More to talk about. Yeah, we'll talk about it. All right, well, let's get into it. We want people to come in. Again, this is an interactive live stream. You can come and you can cast your vote. Check the pinned comments on YouTube. Or what I'll also do is I'll put a little thing for you to join down below. There's a code below for you to go and join. Come tap in with us. We're going to start with kind of the first topic of the day, which, a lot to say about this, Alexis. João Pedro, will he get back to Club World Cup form? I don't even know exactly what that means, but you tell me. What in your mind is Club World Cup form?
Okay, Club World Cup form looks like him only playing 2 matches and getting 2 goals within those 2 matches. So those are the stats from the Club World Cup.
So basically a goal per game.
A goal per game.
Yeah.
And now here
he was a little bit over, wasn't he? Didn't he score 2 against Palmeiras and then one against PSG? It was something like that, right?
I've only got 1 and 1.
Okay, I'm tripping. I remember the bomb, but for some reason I remember.
I know. I actually thought he scored more too, but maybe it was just the fact that he left his vacation to come and play,
and then came and scored goals.
Showed up in both those games.
Yeah.
But this is where he kind of lies within the other strikers and where he's projected to go. So this is where we're at.
Okay.
In our Premier League season, in the Premier League, just including the Premier League, He's got 4 goals and 3 assists in 11 appearances.
That's not horrible.
Which isn't horrible, but again, we're still not, based on the goals we're seeing, like, he hasn't really created these opportunities. Let's say it like
100%. 100%.
Now there's 38 games within the season.
Okay.
So with the goals he's gotten right now, it looks like if he keeps this trajectory, he would end the season with about 14 goals and 10 assists, which is important to add that Holland already has. But the interesting thing, I think I've been hyping up Voltemade because it seems like he's doing something, but he actually has the same GA as João Pedro.
Yeah.
But I think Voltemade
and more penalty goals. João Pedro has no penalty goals. Not that, I don't know what that matters, but yeah.
And Holland is already at 14 with Igor Thiago at 8, right under.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at the stats and you look at the strikers and goals, based on the stats, João Pedro is an average striker. I don't say that to be mean or anything.
Yeah.
But the stats are showing he is average. He's tied for 5th as far as goals right now.
Yeah. Technically in 8th or 9th, but yes. Yeah. Right.
And then now, if we want to look at Jackson, who you love.
Yes.
Jackson ended the Premier League season last year with 10 goals and 5 assists. So if João Pedro is able to continue this trajectory, he would actually be viewed as an improvement.
Yes, 100%.
But I do think that strikers should be creating these opportunities for himself, and there's no denying that these goals have not come from him creating these chances.
That's very true too. Though we have upgraded our winger kind of regimen here, our winger regiment, and having goals come from our wingers and João tapping them in some ways is also, I'm fine with that. Again, a striker will be judged on his goal scoring, no matter how he gets those goals. It's whatever,
right.
But you're going to be judged on that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to take it, João is our striker. And he needs to be judged as a striker. And that's kind of my biggest thing. So when I look at this question, can he return to his Club World Cup form? Can he score 1 goal per game? No. But can he play striker and perform for us and actually be an upgrade to Nico Jackson, which was also what he did in the Club World Cup? Yes, I think he can do that. And like you said, on his current trajectory, yes. 14 goals, is that enough for a Premier League winning top striker? Maybe not, but 14 goals is a good amount, especially... Again, nobody's touching Holland.
That should be standard. And I think as far as like when I see Club World Cup form, the game against Palmeiras, that was his opportunity that he created, where 100%. He decided to actually take the shot. I think we need to see him shooting a bit from outside the box. We need to see more shots from him. I think the biggest thing was Palmer getting injured forced him into the 10. And because of that, I just feel like he's playing the pass off the box versus actually taking the shots.
Exactly. He's wanting the link up, which again, if he was getting assists or if he was like a certified link up, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, again, you're a striker. Unfortunately, brother, you're going to be judged on goals. To your point, this is the list of the top 9 or so, Premier League strikers to date. Obviously, Erling Haaland with 14 goals, 0 penalty goals is just absolutely absurd. And he's the best. He's the best striker in our league, if not the best striker in the world. Like that's just is what it is. Igor Thiago, Brentford has been playing out of their mind. He's done a lot. He's got some penalty goals, obviously, but obviously been doing well. 5 goals from the run of play. I expect that to maybe taper off a little bit. Danny Welbeck as well. Like who'd have thought? Again, I put up a post a while ago with our boy Jordan talking about Danny Welbeck is aging like fine wine. And I'm like, Danny Welbeck, bro, what? So on this list, just looking at this, where I guess, go ahead. You can come participate, come tap into the pinned comment on YouTube, but you can see where João Pedro has the chance to finish. John Philippe Mateta with 6 goals, 2 penalty goals. We're expecting him, you know, and to your point, Alexis, just like you're saying, like when you look at this a different way, first of all, Nick Voltemade is not even on this list, but he is down there. Him, Mo Salah, there's some others who have the exact same number of goals. Richarlison also has 4 goals. Victor Gyökeres has goals.
Yeah.
All of those names, maybe not Gyökeres, and maybe Mo Salah is being scrutinized a little bit, but Voltemade, who else? You know, Mbuemo, they're all being lauded for being these great attackers, right?
Yeah.
And so, and they really don't have that much more than what Joao has presented us. So maybe my criticism is off of potential, when in actuality, he's on the track to be the striker we kind of purchased. You know what I mean? So
I think when you have Erling Haaland in the mix, it genuinely throws off the like median of like how many goals are expected, because you see someone who's able to get this many goals, and then you look at other strikers and you're like, well, why aren't they doing that? And in all honesty, I think the numbers should look where Igor Thiago is, and Semenyo and Welbeck.
It should be around 6, 7, 8 goals. Again, Haaland has just been going dummy. Curious if he's even going to be able to, like, obviously they found something in City, but curious if he can keep that up, you know, like
right.
He's got like everybody else on City has like no more than 2 goals.
Yeah, he's scoring the goal game for sure.
Yeah, it's all Haaland. You know what I mean?
I think the expectation should be at this point 6 to 8. I think 4 is average, in the sense of like, I'm looking at the list now, and even further down, you've got Caicedo with 3. So it's like, if Caicedo has 3 and our striker has 4, no.
We need to be doing more. And again, granted, like you said, he's been playing 10. So he's kind of being judged out, but I don't know. I think he scored more goals as a 10 than he has as a striker too.
Yeah, but if your CDM is having 3 goals, even I'm seeing now further down, Gravenberch is at 3. So 4 isn't good enough.
Yeah, 4 is just not
that trajectory at the end of the season. Yes, you'll still fit around like a decent median, but I think for our strikers, you should have way more than your CDM for sure.
To be a top striker on Chelsea this year.
Yeah.
What would you be okay with him finishing at in terms of the Golden Boot race right now? 5th is obviously,
in my opinion, I really think
top 3.
Yeah, but not him. I think Delap needs to be. We brought Delap on to be doing this. So for me, I'm still a bit upset. Granted, he was injured, but like Delap should be the one with these goals. Pedro, but like again, we're signing a striker. He's given the number 9.
Yeah.
It's expected that you're going to be the one scoring goals, especially what he did with Ipswich. I need to see the stats of what he finished with last year with Ipswich. But I feel like it was maybe, let's see. I'll check that out.
It was under 10 though, or maybe it was 10. But yeah, check that out. The Delap thing is always a weird conundrum. We're going to be talking about it all year, especially you know, obviously with how our squad is shaking out. It looks like Joao Pedro is going to be at the 10 a lot longer now than expected. We'll talk about that a little bit more too.
And Delap only got 8 goals last year, so that almost gets me thinking. I'm like,
Yeah, and it was like, man, Delap did really well, but for Ipswich. Different gravy.
For sure.
This is different gravy.
I put Joao at 5th. That's where I put him.
Okay, I think that's fine. I put Joao at 5th as well, and it looks like,
especially if he's gonna still contribute for us at the 10, then I guess finishing at 5th isn't too bad for him for sure.
Yeah. And again, I didn't put many numbers after 5th. It was 6 or higher, and I don't think. I mean, if he does finish 6 or higher, it's a bigger problem, you know. And maybe it's not, because maybe he'll split the goals with the lap, but it's a problem. Just checking into some of these comments here before we go to the next topic. We got Jordan, our boy Jordan, in the building. He says Joao will finish with 18 goals.
I hope
that would be amazing. I don't see it at all, but that would be amazing. He says Delap will finish with 12 goals. You just gotta, all right, we're just gonna have a back half of the season where
we just
our strikers are going dummy. Yeah. Reese Hader says, please keep a clean sheet against Burnley. We'll talk about it, Burnley, a little bit, but let's move on to the next topic, Alexis, because this actually does have to do with going into the next half of the season. Possibly, it has ramifications. Go ahead. We can chat it. We can chat it up.
Hey.
So next topic, we're talking about Premier League salary cap. Obviously, the owners of the 20 clubs are voting today, or have voted today, on 3 different measures that kind of change the financial fair play of the league. They're quite nuanced, but if you can explain a little bit for me, or tell me what your thoughts are, or unless you want me to give my little brief and you correct me.
Yeah, you give yours.
Yeah.
And then, I'd love to.
Okay, so my understanding is obviously right now we have PSR, which is which we've been doing for years now, which is, the general FIFA fair play, where basically your club can only operate at a loss for like up to a certain amount, right? So I think it's like 100 million. You can outweigh your profits with your sales, or your transfers. So you can buy players and build your facilities and do everything that it takes to run like a top tier club, but only at, up to a loss of like 100 million. That's what we're dealing with right now.
Yes.
And then they're introducing 2. I'm only going to name 2 of the big ones, which is there is kind of the new anchoring law, which is technically a salary cap, where basically you're anchored to 5 times the profit, and only the television profit, no outside profits, but 5 times the television profit of the worst team in the league, or the least profitable team in the league. So the example I was given was I think it was Southampton last year, from the TV deal, and the share of the TV deal only made about 100 million from it. Yeah. And we could do 5 times that. So the salary cap for us was 600 million. Yeah. Which, not many teams reached. I think we reached it. Maybe Man City reached it. Maybe Man United. I don't know. But only 3 or 4 teams in the league reached that cap in general. A lot of people were against that, though. And then there's the other one, which is basically the what was it, SCR, which is based on, what was it, the amount of money you bring in as a club. So obviously Chelsea, we're different than other clubs. We won the Club World Cup. Yeah. We made up to, $100 million just in that competition, let alone the money we made. I don't know if it was 20 million or 50 million in Conference League when we won the Conference League. And then we got all of our transfer money from pushing players out and all of that. So all of that amalgamates to a certain percentage. And then SCR says that we can take 85% of that and put it towards new signings. Am I close?
You're exactly right. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Potentially clubs will only be able to spend 85% of their revenue on players.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Okay.
Anchoring, which is clubs will not be able to spend 5 times more than the Premier League spends on squad costs.
Okay. Okay.
So whatever the squad costs are for the lowest team, they would not be able to spend more than 5 times that amount. And here's why we might want a Premier League salary cap is particularly they're thinking of in Germany and France, the same clubs are going to win every single year.
Right.
So it's by having this cap, now it's you can't just exhaust all the talent and just have this really, really built up team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, this could make the league way more competitive. The Premier League is already very competitive, but but this will make other leagues way more competitive. But the PFA warns the Premier League kind of about introducing anchoring.
Right. Obviously, the PFA is essentially the Players Association, right? Yeah. So it's they're trying to protect their players, because anchoring and all of these financial regulations are to prevent the inflation of all these salaries. Because all agents can do is just be nah, bro, give us more. Real Madrid's about to pay us 200 million. What are y'all doing? You know what I mean? It's crazy. I mean, the numbers that these people are getting paid. I saw some random stat that was if you make $150,000 a year for the next 10 years, you won't make a fraction of what, and I think it was an NBA player. I wanted to say it was a soccer player, but it was an NBA. It was you won't make a fraction of what Kyle Kuzma makes in 1 year or something like that. And it was just kind of, and that's basketball numbers, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the football world is so much more inflated in
These
some
people
ways.
are on like that a week, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So I think it would be nice to see, because again, like I feel like there'll be more talent, because nowadays we're throwing out 60 million salaries.
Like it's nothing.
Like for instance, on Gittins, we paid 60 million, not even for a starter, which is crazy.
Right. 60 million. Not even like 5 years ago. I mean, 60 million was, that was like Joao Felix. Not that he's much better than Gittins or was better for us, but like, it was just kind of bigger numbers. You know what I mean? And it's
so right now these numbers aren't equating to the talent at all.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to put that rule in place for. But I did see that they ended up voting the SCR in.
Oh, okay. You already saw that?
14 out of 20 votes. They just they did it this morning. So unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. Like it depends on what side you're at. There won't be like stringent salary caps based on, you know, the club's numbers, but I don't know. And here's another thought: like SCR is already in UEFA.
Yeah.
So clubs who play in the Champions League, play in the Conference League, already have to certainly like adhere to, I think their number is 70% of your total profits you're allowed to spend on your roster. So for this point, we're well within that range. We're kind of doing, we paid a fine last year for violating. But like it all, like it's so crazy, Alexis. It all just ends up being slaps on the wrist. Remember those 115 charges Man City had? And
because
then
at the end of the day, like, because they were talking about Man City, like the potential consequences being like relegating them, this and that. They would just never do that.
They're just not going to do that. Yeah.
They're just not going to do that, because at the end of the day, if people aren't watching, then money isn't coming in. So
they know that. So again, these are kind of like, you know, it's really just salary stuff, and it's really just numbers, and all they're doing is just moving commas. It's crazy.
But this is important, because it could play a role into who we buy,
right?
And transfers. So
we might have to change our whole model. You know, we're on like a completely different kind of, you know, Todd Bowley type model where we're just buying. So to that point, there also have been transfer rumors. You know, Chelsea is always in the building with transfer rumors. I just picked 4 of maybe, to me, the most tantalizing. But I'm curious, and I'm curious for anybody watching. What's happening, Chartis? Just want to say what's up to one of my regular ballers and moderators in there. Scotland did make the World Cup. I just want to shout out my Scotland boys, because we got a lot who come into this chat. But we're talking about transfers right now. Again, you can join the stream by just clicking the link, the pinned link. Who are you most interested in of these 4 transfers? And there's been other names floated around, but you know, Keenan Yildiz is the newest one to have jumped in the market. He's obviously the baller who's really popped on the scene over at Juventus and for Turkey for that matter. Mark Gahey, which we know, and he's always been linked to us, and he's actually from us, so we know him very well. Endrick, a striker who's just kind of being shunned, can't get on the national team, can't get in on Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And then Antoine Semenyo, who's obviously balling this year. We saw he has 5 goals in the league. Who would you most rather have?
I 100% chose Semenyo. I did. I think he's doing fantastic. Yeah, I think he's a great winger. You know, when we were talking about like special wingers, this and that, I really like him.
Yeah, he's a baller.
I heard there's going to be a really long like wait list for him. I also saw there's like a 60 million release clause if he wants to leave in January.
Exactly. And that's again, the January versus summer of it all, I didn't really factor in, but like, let's just say if we were to get all of these people in January, any of these people in January. And again, I put the, you might not be able to see them, but I did put the prices down there. You'll be able to see it on the actual survey.
Yeah.
The Semenyo for 60 million US and 55 million euros. You know, another winger. Is that worth it?
And in my head, it's like I would love to have him, but based on how our wingers are doing, like I don't really think there would be room for him.
Yeah, we don't need to integrate a new top winger and kind of upset the balance.
No.
That's why I chose, this might be my 33%, or somebody else might have tapped in as well, but I chose Mark Gahey. I just think ASAP, whether it's this January, which I hope it would be January, but this summer or whatever. We need some kind of experience at the center back position, something a little more a little more set. He is injured, so I wouldn't imagine it would come in January. But if it were to, how would that change our squad? That would be pretty heavy pickup, no? Oh.
No,
Oh.
I think I do think it would.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about the dynamic of him coming back to Chelsea, similarly with Chalobah, in the sense of like Chalobah's come back, and I mean he's been fine, you know. So
I will say he played better with Gahey at Crystal Palace than I've even seen him this year. So,
I think, yeah, it could be nice to have him back, but I don't know. I don't know how do these players feel about being loaned out and then coming back to Chelsea?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Well, all I know is Crystal Palace kind of did him dirty because unlike an Isak, Gahey didn't hold out. He didn't, he did everything right. And I think he was supposed to be transferred to Liverpool and the whole deal fell through.
But Glasner, I think Glasner said he was going to leave if Gahey left.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Which Glasner is doing fantastic with Crystal Palace.
We're gonna have to see. I don't know. Maybe Gahey's just gonna be, maybe. Again, these are all rumors. Not one of them have committed to coming to Chelsea. Our boy Enravar Sawi, what's happening, bro? He says, "Why are we talking about transfers in November?" Appreciate you tapping in. We're talking about transfers because the owners just voted on new salary cap rules, new financial fair play rules. So we just wanted to go.
January is really only a month away.
And January is only a month away. We're at the end of November. Like it's time to kind of start thinking about what the next part of our season is going to look like, especially because of all the things that are happening. All right. Obviously, we have Burnley tomorrow. I'm going to be interested in seeing who we play. We'll talk a little bit about that, but we gotta address the elephant in the room. Barcelona next week. We are all excited about it. Whoa, what's that face, Alexis? What's that face?
No, this is a good face. I've got some stats so people know.
Okay. Give me the stats.
Moral of this is this could be a very, very even matchup because everything is even to the T, almost.
Facts.
Barcelona, right now, they're second in La Liga. We're third in the Prem. The total, score of back and forth, we've won 4 times. We've drawn 6 times. They've won 4 times. It is completely even.
It is dead even.
It's dead even.
Head to head.
We have 2 Champions League titles. They have 5 Champions League titles. We've scored 19 goals. They've scored 22 goals.
This year. Interesting.
No, this is collective.
Against in our head to head. Okay.
In our matchup. 2018 was the last time we played them. Yeah. And 2011 was the last time we won against them.
Damn. Well, that's a tough stat.
And
we want that.
Well, but again, we've only played. It's not like we're playing every year.
Yeah, for sure.
This is like within the span of
right. We haven't played them in 7 years?
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. So we're not playing them every year. They will likely be without Yamal, but we will also be likely without Palmer. So without 2 stars.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Yamal's still dealing with this pubis issue that he's been dealing with all year. I think they're still without Rafinha as well, which also kind of puts things in perspective. I don't know where Lewandowski is, nor is he really
it might be pretty even.
It might be pretty even, and I might even say that the favors are kind of tipped in our favor.
We've
been without Cole Palmer all year. Yeah, we've been essentially all year. We haven't had Cole.
Garnacho's got some momentum.
Garnacho's got momentum.
Estival's got momentum as well.
Estival's got momentum.
Fofana has some momentum.
Fofana is here. Caicedo is.
Enzo has great momentum.
Enzo's got momentum. We've got more momentum than Barcelona. Their defense is in the mud. Our defense is like in quicksand. Their defense is in like the mud.
Yeah, right.
So that'll be interesting. It might be like a high-scoring affair, but I think it's valid to say Barcelona are kind of not the favorites in this game, and we're playing at the Bridge.
Yeah, I think it should be.
Does that put added pressure on us? Is this now a must-win kind of scenario?
I think it's 100% a must win just
Damn.
because like what we've been doing at the bridge, like after losing to Sunderland at the bridge, I think it's expected for us to come in with like some sort of like, this is our house.
Yeah, 100%. And it is. It is our house. Y'all are not the scary Barcelona who beat Inter or who lost to Inter in the semifinals of the Champions League last year. Y'all are kind of a shell of that. We should be kind of going into this game much like we went into the PSG game. I know you remember that Reece James interview.
Yes.
Like, bro, we're Chelsea. Like,
yeah, I'm hoping it's like that, like coming in with no fear, coming out hot in the first like 20 minutes. The thing that really set the tone for that PSG game was we came in really, really hard and fast in those first like 20.
100%. Yeah, I'm looking forward to an exciting game. I think it'll be open. I think Maresca will come with all of the little, he likes. We're a big team right now. Like we like playing the big teams. It's honestly more the Burnley, not even Burnley, but maybe like
no, I know
you know what I mean.
It's the smaller teams that we like don't run over, but we show up for the bigger sides. We
definitely show up for the bigger sides. So to that point, obviously we have Burnley to kind of test this out early tomorrow. We, like you said, Garnacho's in form, Esteval's in form. I want you to take your pick out of this slew of ballers that we have and pick the two wingers you want to see starting, both against Burnley or against Barcelona, or just in general. Right now, who's the most informed wingers? Who should be starting on this squad? For those of you guys watching, again, you can tap in, you can participate, follow the link that is in the chat. Pinned in the chat, or check the info down below. You can come and pick your players. But I think
what I want to put is Garnacho and Esteval.
Of course you do. And that's what I'm putting.
What I did put is Garnacho and Neto. And hear me out. Because when I was trying to figure out like, who really is the best winger, like not even like considering the stats, I was looking at things and it's like I really like Esteval's like persona and flair. I think that is fun and something that not a lot of the wingers have right now in the Premier League. And I was like, oh yeah, like he scored a lot for us was what I was thinking. And then in the Premier League, he does only have the one goal.
One goal, 2 assists, but one goal.
1 goal, 2 assists.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking at Neto, he's got 3 goals, 2 assists.
100%.
So I guess
more productive. All right, you're going Alexis with the stats, and I think stats are important. I think form is very important as well.
Yes.
Pedro Neto's form is pretty consistent. That's why he's important to our team.
Yes, I agree. It's pretty here. We know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm willing to take that risk with knowing what we're going to get and then having Garnacho, who seems to be like this, versus two people that are both just like this. You never know when to dip. I feel like Neto adds like the balance part, even though I do want to put Garnacho and Esteval because I just love his like flair and how like Neto's really direct. He's just going to dribble like straight down the line, but Esteval's going to do like some cut-ins, which I love. But I'm probably going to put Garnacho and Neto.
Yeah. Now, and honestly, the homie Joshi also brings up a good point. Again, we're playing Burnley tomorrow. It should be an easier game. He said, give me Esteval and Garnacho. And I'd be interested in that if I'm Maresca. I want to see what it actually looks like to have them both on the field. To your point, Alexis, against Barcelona and just in general, how Maresca has managed, and we've had some criticisms of how Maresca manages, but how he's managed Esteval, I think, is kind of perfect. Again, in a more perfect world with a more complete Chelsea, I would have no issues with it. Yeah. But, half of me is like, hey, like if he's in form, put him on the field. But I do like the protection we're giving him. Go let our veteran Neto, gas out the wing back and let kind of Esteval come on as a super sub. Garnacho, on the other hand, he's played in the Prem for years now. He understands what it takes, and he's in form, and his form is growing. So I'm not mad with a Garnacho Neto start in the Champions League, but I would be interested to see it.
Burnley. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. I'm like, oh, we're playing Burnley. Yeah. Because we're playing Burnley, I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if he did Gittins and Esteval.
Yeah, Gittins too.
Honest, I wouldn't be surprised just because it just hit me. We're playing Saturday, and then we're gonna play Tuesday. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he does like Gittins and Esteval and rest Garnacho and Neto. I could see that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would like to see any of them, and again, let's not forget about Gittins. He has found a little bit of form.
Okay.
Maybe this is a game for him as well.
Right.
We have a lot of wingers. We have a lot of people to satisfy. So it's important we do something. We'll talk about this very briefly before we get out of here. This one's tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like
sure.
I was really excited. I was honestly thinking to myself, I don't want Cole to even start against Barcelona or even play a lot, but I would like to see like a progression. Give us 30 minutes against Burnley.
Yeah.
Come on at the end, give us 20 minutes against Barca. Then we'll have Arsenal. Then maybe we can start against Arsenal. Looks like he's out for all of those games. Bro, what do you think happened?
He ran into something at home. It happened at home. That's what they said.
You stubbed your toe, my dog? This is what I'm talking about with Cole, man.
And then it just hits off the bed in that corner, and it's like you're crying out. Yeah, it's and the Premier League, they dropped something. They said strangest injuries, and they had said that some player like strained a knee tendon because his leg was up on the coffee table for too many hours.
You feel me? Like, come on, y'all. We're professionals here. This is kind of a small thing in a long list of little Cole Palmer isms that, like, it could be problematic. Not this year, maybe not even next year, but it's kind of like, bro.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, these aren't the things you want when you're like that third season. Like that third season is kind of where you got to pop off and show people.
Yeah.
I feel like this could hinder his momentum a bit. We got to get, and I was just listening to people that are like, he needs to be fit. Like we need to see him fit and playing.
100%.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the pitch. And it's honestly kind of upsetting our balance of.
It totally is, because we're starting to become like, I don't even want to say a different Chelsea, but we're starting to really learn how to play without him, which is kind of turning into like a different system. So when he does come back, I'm sure that's going to take some adapting for sure.
Yes. I think I think we would have to give him and that's kind of why I was thinking in my head, like we want to like slowly get him to Arsenal, but no, it's going to take him games, and it's going to take games for everybody around him to kind of like adjust.
Get used to him back for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one's
though is not what we needed.
What was not what we needed? Breaking that toe.
100%. Like, how long does that take?
How long? Come on, bro. I'm going to say, like, as dumb as a toe injury sounds, I've had turf toe, I've had plantar fasciitis. Them toes are not to be messed with, especially if you're a footballer.
My thoughts. Like, toes sound like it's going to be a little bit of time.
That's going to be some time. We might not see him until after Boxing Day. It's wild. Wow. Reese Hader said this is such a Chelsea injury. Last slide of the day, Alexis. This goes back to somebody asked this in the chat. Let me see if it was Reese Hader again. He said, "Is Guiu your best 9?" I want to let you answer that. Delap is ready though, so everybody's asking about our 9s, and that's the biggest question as Chelsea fans we have. Who is our best 9? I know who's playing 9, most likely starting at 9, but who literally, as you look and on this chart, we're seeing votes come in for João Pedro. Who is our best 9? Yeah. And I've heard you say Delap often. Like Delap should be, he is, but who is it?
João. I think unfortunately, it's hard for me because I'm riding off your potential. For sure. I'm riding on that. I'm like, yo, Delap. But the last games have been shocking, to be honest.
It's been pretty bad. 100%. Yeah, again, this like it's all kind of hinges on all of these other things that we've talked about, where we definitely need Cole Palmer back in the squad just to see what we are at our best. João Pedro is our best 9, but he will not be playing there probably all the way through to January. He'll be playing at that 10 position. Again, I want to see Buonanotte. I want to see Buonanotte in that 10. Sure. We have other players that can play the 10. Talk about these wingers and all these great wingers we have.
We honestly might be seeing that tomorrow. I feel like I didn't really consider our opposition that well. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If Maresca decides to put out, I don't even want to say the B team. I don't want to say the B team.
Yeah.
If Maresca choose to put that out, us as fans, we're going to be really frustrated because it's often when we play these not as
these lower table, mid-table, lower table
where
play.
it's like tying to Ipswich, losing to Ipswich, something dumb, dumb stuff. So the thing is, we're fine with that, but we don't want to see it because we don't trust the team enough to secure that win.
I agree with you.
Because I'm actually totally fine with Buenanote playing and those players playing, but the thing is, we don't trust our team right now because of the youth and the inconsistency that it's hard for us to rest our solid players. Because, I mean, what game was it? Where was it really? What was our last game that we played?
Wolves.
And we won 3-0. But what, second half?
Second half. We had to make
subbing in our main players.
We had to sub in our playing. And I'm with you on that. That, like, if I'm Maresca, I'm putting out the lineup. Maybe not against Barcelona because, you know, he puts out these weird lineups against the top teams. Reece James goes in the midfield, whatever. But I'm putting out our strongest Premier League lineup. Right. That's what I'm doing, even though he puts Reece James in against Liverpool too. But yeah, put out whoever you think will destroy. Let's get 2 goals, 3 goals in the first half. And then I want to see mass substitutions. We have up to 5 subs. Put in Buenanote at the 10, or shit, even throw in Esteval at the 10.
Yeah, I think it's better to go that way than the opposite way.
Yeah, let's not like start with something that just doesn't quite look right. Let's start hard and then see where it ends up. You know, Tyreek George, let him progress. Again, you know, you have a lot of thoughts on Tyreek George. My thoughts are he is in this squad because we were going to loan him out. He's in the squad to be a Carabao Cup player. Because of these injuries and these issues we've had to rely on him. And he scored goals, again, albeit in smaller games or against Carabao Cup competition, but he's scoring goals. So, you know, this is why we have starter bench, Alexis. We want to utilize.
Agree. I just feel like Chelsea is a big name club in the sense of like, we are a big name club and deserve to have big name strikers and stuff. So for me, when it's a game and it's like, when it's a game in the Premier League and Tyreek George is starting, I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
That don't make sense. You're right. It's not, you know, again, we got this big ass squad. We got to do something with all these players.
Exactly.
We gonna see. But again, Barcelona is in the sights. We'll see what we do against Burnley tomorrow. Again, big early game. 4:30 a.m. for us on the West Coast.
I'll be in bed.
I'll be asleep. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm watching this kind of probably at like 6 when I wake up. I tried it last time. Every time I either try to stream or just watch in bed, I fall asleep for the rest of the game. And then like I wake up and then I don't even watch the game until much later in the day. So this time I'm gonna make sure I get some sleep. You know, I'll probably already see texts from you and I'll have to go back and watch. But
I'll try not to. But usually what I do is I watch it in bed. I take a little nap during halftime and then I wake back up and then I watch it and then I go back to sleep after that.
Yeah, that's it.
4:30 games.
That's it. It's a tough one.
Nap, watch, back to sleep.
Maybe I'll try to get some like super.
Well, hear me out. This is why I had to do this. So the thing is, I used to be like you and I would like be like, okay, I'm going to fall asleep later. I made that worst mistake. I did that last season on the Chelsea versus Wolves game. I wake up to 6-2.
Yeah.
6-2. I'm like, I didn't even get to watch it.
What happened? But then you just watch it back.
Ever since then, I had FOMO. I had the most FOMO ever. And I was like, I can't miss these games.
I am mad at you. You got to watch it live. I'm with you. What was the game? Was Wolves for 4:30 this year? There was another game 4:30 this year. No, it was a game we tied. It was like Sunderland or something. It was annoying. And I remember waking up like, okay, I'm up at 4:30. I went to bed at like midnight and then I woke up for like the first 5 minutes and the way Chelsea were playing, the way they were playing, first half is always kind of.
Dude, sometimes it'll put you to sleep.
It put me right to sleep. I woke up at like 11 and I was like, wait, what? And it was all other games. So we're going to see. Get your rest. We're going to see. I'm curious. All right, give me because I like what our chat did right here. Anra has said his lineup. He wants Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Tosin, and Cuckoo. Caicedo, Santos in the middle. Okay. Esteval, Pedro, Garnacho, and Delap. I want to know. Just this is our last thing we're gonna do today.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your Burnley lineup?
So based on what he's saying, I would actually just change Tosin for Chalobah.
Okay. Man, Tosin.
I would take.
Tosin, you were number one, bro, but now like I can't trust
Dude,
you.
no, after your 1v1 shambles, no, you will not hear me.
Shambolic. We not screaming Unk's name for a while.
No Unk. Do you want the lineup of like put out our second best, or do you want?
I want to start with our best.
Okay, so for me, then take out Tosin, put Chalaba, take out Santos, play Fernandez. But he also didn't play an international break, so I wonder how healthy he is.
I'm curious of that too. They didn't confirm it, but he definitely confirmed he picked up an injury, and that's why he didn't play for international. We'll see what it means.
Everything else I don't mind. I don't really want to see Santos or Tosin.
I agree with that. Is Reese injured? What's up with Gusto versus Reese? I haven't seen.
Reese isn't injured, but like I don't know. I think they're going to be like managing him forever. Like genuinely.
Which I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind.
Because after we're seeing what's happening to Lavia, which is so unfortunate, I think Reese is just going to be a player who is being managed for some time until they. I think it's just with the amount of games we have. I think they would be fine with him starting every match, but based on his previous injuries and how many matches we have, I think he's going to be a player that's managed.
Yeah, I'm with you. And again, I think we're definitely going to manage him. He might not even touch the field tomorrow because we got Barcelona on Tuesday, baby.
I am so excited.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we got. All right. Well, shoot. Burnley tomorrow.
Yeah.
Score 4-1.
Ooh, we think 1. Sanchez has been proper chill.
I appreciate you saying that, and shout out Bob Sanchez because he really has been
he really has been the only person we have not had to talk about except for the Man United game. But the Man United game brought up emotions from last season. So I think that was just heightened because
there was just a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
That was a bad day.
It was an early game, a bad day, a stupid, it was bad defense and horrible from Sanchez. But again, hasn't put a foot wrong. Yeah, I'm just a little worried about our center backs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, all my folks for tapping in. I appreciate everybody participating in the surveys, everybody participating in the chat. W's in the chat for y'all. If you want to tap in with us more, make sure to tap in to our Instagram page. We got it. Start or Bench CFC. You can find it. It's with Matt and Lex. She'll bring it up. She'll show you exactly what it's looking like. It looks like our logo here. Come tap in, come follow, and keep interacting with us. We're gonna use a lot of your comments in our clips and keep doing all that. Homie Joshy says 3 Chelsea, up the Chels. I love it. Appreciate you, homie Joshy, for tapping in.
See my I posted like last week on our page. AI is crazy. It was like the Queen of England.
Oh, knighting or like
throwing away like a Tottenham jersey, and she's like up the Chels.
Up the Chels. There it is. The Queen back from the dead. Reese Hater says, "Eat, pray, ball. You've been good in goal." Yep, that's my boy Rob Sanchez. Bob Sanchez. He's my Chelsea lookalike. Apparently,
did he look like Sanchez? Damn.
I don't know, man. They're trying to roast my hairline, but we holding on for dear life. I ain't bald Bob Sanchez yet. Again, Bob, make sure you cut your hair again for the Barcelona game. That's important.
Right.
Big facts. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I hope you guys have a lovely Friday. Alexis, again with the stats and the info. Appreciate you. We will tap in tomorrow definitely to see all my folks who tap into the live stream watch parties. I will be going live, not for the Chelsea game. I'll be asleep, unfortunately, but I'm going live this weekend. We got a lot of games coming up. We got Monaco. The debut of Paul Pogba after 3.5 years might be something interesting. Possibly he might get his start. All kinds of stuff going on. So we got football. Club football is back. But we're proper Chels, up the Chels. It's your boy Matt Marshall. It's Lex. We're always giving you what's new.
And what's blue.
And what's blue. Tap in with us. Fridays at 11. Starter bench. Chelsea. And we'll see you guys tomorrow and next week against Barcelona. By the way, I'm going live for Barcelona.
Yes.
Alexis and I might just go live for a quick pre-show just to hash things out, but we haven't fully got that yet. But again, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll see when our lives get scheduled, and we'll see you guys soon. Appreciate you.
Guys. Bye, guys.
Bye. Peace out. Reese James Hater says, he going to be hating tomorrow. We going to see. Peace.